Guys, I'm scared here. I'm scared. We have never made the playoffs. We missed out. The most we've missed out on is by like 7 points. This team has been incredibly streaky. We've let go of 3 83-plus overall goaltenders because they couldn't get it done. We're going to give Bobby Peters the chance, I'd presume. If it's listen, then it's listen, so be it. I mean, the worries about Joe Byer were unfounded. There are some point-wise, like, our offense has been phenomenal. It's just been the defense and the goaltending. When was Ekman drafted? 3rd round, by the way. 68th overall. Only could have been better if he was 69 overall. What does this Maple Leafs team look like? What stands in our way? Marner, a dude named Finnerty, Wallstrom, an older Holtz, Robertson's still there. I mean, come on, man. Dude, our lineup is better than that lineup. It's not even close. Our defense is better than this defense. We are going scorched earth if we lose here. Scorched earth. We have to win this game. I mean, just get over the hump and make the goddamn playoffs. And who knows what can happen from there. Somehow they've won 47 games. 90, 88, 74 now. We started this year with like 85 in goaltending. 87, 80, and a 78. Those are the ratings. This is it. Game 82. It might as well be a playoff game. Can we make the playoffs for the first time? First period, 1-0. Marcus Oberg with the goal. Shots were close. We have the early edge. Second period. It's literally just don't lose in regulation and we're fine. We are down at 3-1 heading into the third period. Come on, man. Come on. Please. And we miss out on the playoffs by 1 point. I got nothing, guys. I got nothing. It is 2023. We've never made the playoffs. And we just missed out by 1 fucking point. The 18th best team in the league. terms of offense, we were mid-table. Defense and goaltending mid-table, though slightly towards the top. We were just too average. Average power play. Second best penalty kill in the league. And it did not matter. Ekman puts up an astonishing 104 points, a 52-goal season. Niedermeyer, 92 points, 35 goals. Carlton did well with 82 points a game as well, our top line. They were incredible. Joe Byer, another fantastic 35-goal season. Again, he has never scored less than 30 goals in a season, but he has dropped under a point per game in his career now. 10 points back on that differential. Oberg, 67 points, pretty damn good. Vorobov on 61, Bentley on 51. I mean, Lagasse put up 45 points, but he was a minus 19. Geisberger did pretty well. Mendez was pretty solid. Would have been nice to get a little bit more to Malkin and Valentenko. I don't know if they'll make the team next year. Malkin's one of those incredibly disappointing medium top six who just never made it. I mean, 4 30-goal scorers, and it just didn't matter. Defensively, yeah, McCutcheon and Alexandrov really let us down. Abdelkader was shit. That move just didn't work. However, we do know that there's help on the way in terms of the defense here. But yeah, when McCutcheon, Alexandrov, and Abdelkader all let us down, then goaltending-wise, it was abysmal. We ended up ending the season with our 4th and 5th string goaltenders being our 2 guys we relied upon because our other 3 goalies couldn't get it done. And some dude in Colorado just scored 156 points with 82 goals. His line mate had 3 goals and 111 assists. Uh-huh. That has to be the weirdest stat line I've ever seen. Whew. Yeah, some people very much enjoyed the fact that we turned the shooting stat up to high shot output. I mean, it just means that we have higher point totals. I do have to wonder what the goaltending is like. Afanasenkov is the playmaker, so hey, at least that fits. So even with this on high shooting, the game still went fucking nuts. So much for higher save percentages, huh? And there's that McGrattan fellow on Edmonton. Funny thing is, man, the save percentages were about the same in terms of where they capped out. Like, the only way that, you know, you're gonna end up getting higher save percentages is to put, like, the shot counter on low. It's pretty much the only way. We had it on medium, we have it on high, and both times it's like, oh yeah, here's your Vezina winner with a 918. So, I mean, literally, if we could have gotten, like, a 905 full-time from, like, Copeland or any of the other goaltenders, we would have been fine. We just couldn't get it. So, I mean, yeah, you could make the argument of where we should have the, the shot output setting. Whether or not it should ultimately be on high or not. I mean, to be honest, you could do something like, oh, sim engine scoring on medium or high. I mean, there's a couple of different settings you could decide on. You could go with higher shots, but like low goal scoring, you know? I don't know. We might change that up for next season. Maybe we'll go high shots, low scoring. It's not really going to help us all that much. I mean, you can make the argument of like, oh man, if you did that, and then your goalies might have been half decent, but who's to say? You know, for now, I'll probably put it all back on medium. We'll figure it out. At the end of the day, we still need the sim to go our way, and it hasn't. I accidentally took a screenshot there. The AHL team finished as the best, I'd guess, in the entire league, 122 points, which is good for them. Yeah, ultimately the problem is none of that's going to matter, you know? Just none of that is going to matter at the end of the day. So the AHL team moves on in the playoffs. Like I said, it doesn't really matter if we have the goal scoring, if we have really any other kind of setup there. It's just, man, we're pretty much screwed no matter what if people aren't actually going to do well. And they haven't at all. And they haven't at all. Oh, goodness. We just missed the playoffs by 1 point, man. Like I said, I think you look at that and you can make the argument of like, oh, you know, would we have made the playoffs with those different settings? I really don't think it would have happened. I really don't. The Burnaby Aces do win the Calder Cup, which is very promising. Philadelphia wins the Stanley Cup, so we do have a Calder Cup winner down in the AHL, which is pretty nice. That's their second time in like 4 seasons, their third time in the final in as many seasons as well. So our AHL team is consistently up there, which is pretty nice. For whatever that means, I don't really care to check the Philly team at this point because these squads are unrecognizable. Yeah, the Aces win for the second time in 4 seasons. No surprise that guy Rizzi led in scoring, was the Hart winner. Werenski wins a Norris. Conn Smythe did go to Carter Hart. Moss wins the Vezina. Finnerty won the Selke in Toronto. Rizzi the Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard. No real surprise there. Any hardware winners in the AHL for us, aside from the MVP of the playoffs, who was Janik? The answer is not really. Yeah, I didn't want to look at our team's point totals here. Tony, take it easy, buddy. Didn't mean to go to the awards again either. I'm losing my mind. We need to, God, I don't know what we need. Let's look at the progress reports here. So Niedermeyer with some big improvements, which is nice. Of course, Ekman now up to a 89. A lot of statistical growth. Geisberger up to a natural 82. Abdelkader, Janik both improving. Probably too little too late. And then in the system, Saprikin's up to a 73. Boyce, Holmqvist. Look, we are seeing some good improvement. Lilya's ready. Lilya's ready to step up and be in the lineup next year. Zagrappin probably would be as well. So we did see some good development here. We did. The biggest issue, man, I can't believe we missed the playoffs there. And like I said, now I'm just sitting here wondering in terms of like the sim settings, what we try to do to maybe manipulate it in our favor, but honestly, I don't think it would help no matter what we do, so it doesn't, I don't know. It just depends on where you want to see goalie save percentage. But let's be honest, top goalies still struggle even if you try to help them. It was our best season yet. We missed the playoffs by 1 point. We had some good prospect development. Now we go into a draft where I have an extreme need to select goaltenders. Lottery results. We stay with the 15th overall pick because of course we do. St. Louis moves up from 11 to 1. The team have all the fights. I stopped checking fight totals and everything because it just gets depressing. When all you have every season is like, well, we fought a lot. You know, after a while, it does get pretty depressing to just constantly check that, to be like, well, at least we won that. Oh, God. Yeah, man, goalies are just finishing with way too low a save percentages. Sean Monahan and Sasha Barkov both become coaches. We'll have to check them out. Go to the lottery. To be honest, I think I am going to change over those settings. I don't mind... Piney, congrats on owning FIFA. I hope to see you tonight. Honestly, I think I'm going to have the shots to high, but maybe have the scoring set to low. I just want to see what that does. We're going to mess around with it. I really don't think it benefits us all that much. Like, I want to have good scoring numbers, but I also don't want to see goalies with a fucking 907 like Hellebuck retiring with that. Like, that's not going to happen, you know? So, I mean, just to look here, I'm wondering. Connor Hellebuck in real life right now has a career 916. Like, I'd like to see him with, like, a career 910, you know? So, he actually has a 917, so. Here we go. We go to another draft. We'll see how it plays out. This is, of course, the draft that we've looked the least at in terms of who is available, and pretty much when in doubt, we take a goaltender. Is the plan. Let's see what we have here. Unless there was someone who was like a guarantee, like, you have to take this guy or you'd be done. And right now, I don't know if we're going to have any of those guaranteed take this guy or you'd be dumb options. There is Billy Bird. Billy Bird is a goalie, huh? Low elite power forward, Landon Dorsett. Oh, God. Well, we have options. If we don't take Billy Bird, Jukka Rantanen might be the guy. Let's see what we have here. We're going to have to call a timeout already, I can tell. Alright, let's see what we have here. Our first round pick is going to be pretty interesting. Billy Bird, man, 19 years old, high starter, straight Bs, 3 years out. Honestly, might be the guy to take as a short-term answer. Jukka Rantanen, 5 years out with the Lettinen comparison. I wouldn't mind getting both of them, to be honest. Defensively, Tuomainen obviously isn't going to happen. Johnny Edwards, couple of Bs, couple of Cs. Chara comparison, maybe 2 years out. And there's Connor Yasina, mostly Cs, 3 years out with a Chelios comparison. A gem of a medium top four in Turikov, which doesn't mean anything to me. Because we know he's a medium four and we have to aim higher than that. He's going to be out. And then Reichel has the A+ in physical. So there are 3 interesting defensemen to me. But God, do we not need any defense. Forward-wise, we have Ted McLennan, who is okay, but let's be honest, a medium 6 sucks. Elijah Pyatt looks like a beast. 3 years out. We don't know for sure how that's going to work. And then there's the low elite in Landon Dorsett. Okay. I think it's fairly obvious in terms of potential. It's a Landon Dorsett or we take a goalie. There are some good players there. It's Landon Dorsett or we take probably Bird and then maybe get Rantanen in the next round. In terms of the forward help, we can get Dorsett later. I mean, maybe. I mean, forward-wise, you'd like to think we'd be okay. Holmqvist is obviously not going to develop. It's Niedermeyer, Ekman, Bayer, Borobev, Oberg, Carlton, Gasse, Mendez, Geisberger, Bentley, Malk. I mean, from there, it doesn't really matter. Like, our top 9 is set. Like, absolutely set. We should be fine. Like, look at that top 9. We should have no reason to ever really even need another forward. And then defensively, I mean, that speaks for itself right there. Like, we should be fine. Problem is now we have an extreme lack of goalies unless we give Winkler and Peters a chance again next season. I guess the question is, will Bird be there? And the answer is no. There's no way Bird's going to be there. A high starter at 19 who's already pretty developed. There's no way Billy Bird's going to be there. Rantanen should be. But Billy Bird won't be there. It comes down to Dorsett or Bird. I mean, I took a goalie in the first round previously, and yeah, we dropped into the AHL last season. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, guys. I know Dorsett looks sick. We're going with Billy Bird, who was only a 65, which is pretty disappointing. But we're going for the goalie. It's the thing that we need the most. So a 65 high starter is an interesting potential. We'll see what happens with him. Pretty much got no choice. We know that we just missed out on some great players in that round. Dorsett was a 63 low elite at 17. Like, he's going to be a great player. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to be a great player. But our top 9 is set. Our defense is set. We just need to find one goddamn goalie that can make a save. That's it. That's all we need. And maybe me adjusting the shots, even though it affects everybody and not just us. Maybe me affecting the shots and everything like that. McLennan was good too. You know, maybe that's my way of kind of trying to cheese it into our favor. I don't know. Might just leave everything on medium. I am kind of pissed that in general elite goalies don't play like elite goalies, but that's franchise mode. I mean, yeah, there were some good players in that round. Rantanen is still on the board, as you would expect. He is the favorite to be selected here again, unless we find another player who looks like the next Ekman. I mean, Devin Coburn's there, but we can't take him. There's a low power forward. Awful potential. Just awful. I don't know if we've had a single low top 4 or low power forward actually develop. Capaduca's an interesting player, just because he's showing up as an enforcer. I mean, there are goalies everywhere for us in this draft. Dude, Dorsett is way off the board. What are you talking about? So Weaver and Rantanen. Nesterov has that guaranteed potential. I don't trust that Sean Meach is going to be amazing. I don't trust that Banting is going to be amazing. I don't trust that Gertz is going to be amazing. Capaduca might be. Pagadawan, I don't trust it. And then for the forwards. Yeah, we're taking a goalie here. Gonna try to increase those chances, even if he's a fringe or a starter. It's worth the risk. Jukka Rantanen. Congratulations, you're our next pick. You are a medium starter. So, 2 goaltenders in the first 2 rounds, because we are desperate to find anybody who can actually stop pucks. 3rd round. What do we have here in the 3rd round? Colton Cullimore. Kavanagh, maybe. Another goaltender there. I was really, really hoping that we were never going to need to worry about goaltending again. And somehow, some way, everybody failed me. Coco, we just missed the playoffs by 1 point, so we're tragic. We take a forward, it's obviously Kavanagh, but I don't trust that he's going to be amazing with a 3-year ETA. Defensively, it's DeMello or Cullimore. Cullimore looks like he's a guy that fell because of injury concerns. I mean, honestly, I like the look of all 3 of these goalies. Sharp didn't play. Might have the highest rating. 3 years out. Well, if we go for a defenseman, it's Cullimore, which again, we don't need more defensemen. I don't deny that Cullimore looks like he's going to be sick. We're going for Greg Sharp. We need goalies, man. It might be an all-goalie draft. 67 fringe. Somebody else that might be able to, you know, get some time in the NHL crease sooner rather than later. I mean, again, it is just pure desperation. Like, I haven't seen that one guy where I'm like, yep, this guy is going to be incredible. I haven't seen it. There are definitely good players that I have intentionally passed up on. Cullimore wasn't even that good. There are definitely good players that I've passed up on, but again, right now, it is just pure desperation to find a goalie who can make a stop. Because we have had 83 plus overall goaltenders on our roster, and still haven't been able to make the playoffs. So like I said, maybe the changes in just like how the scoring goes across the league will help us in theory, but man, we'll see. So forwards here. Blomqvist. Absolutely not. Ahmad Hope, he's an overager. Absolutely not. For the defense, again, we would need a guy who's like NHL ready at this stage, and obviously we're not going to find it. So we go to the goalies. Who's going to be the best of the bunch here? Looks like it's going to be Amadio. Yeah. Congratulations to Keaton Amadio from the one Charlottetown Islanders. Another fringe goalie, a little bit lower down. Just hope for the best. I really don't even care to know who we missed out on. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Marshall Aston. Frederick Rensfeld. No. The fringe goalie who I'd rather take. Liam Ekman-Larsson. Low top 9 grinder. Justin Kunitz, not good enough. Ted Morrow, probably not good enough. Galena, good numbers. Very good numbers. Galena could be better than advertised, but it's not worth the risk. Wouldn't take the backup unless he's a very high rating, and he's not. Cool. So it's going to be one of these goalies here then. Probably wouldn't take the confirmed backup then. All 4-year ETAs. This dude's a little bit older. This one's the only guy. This guy's the only guy that actually has some height. I'm gonna go for Liam Ekman-Larsson from Malmo. Did I ever think about changing the draft class quality? No, because again, that doesn't really. That wouldn't really help. And shout out to the old mentally handicapped squirrel who still thinks that dropping the R word is just I'm gonna get those people on the internet. Appreciate the follow, buddy. I mean, you wasted your time. I hope those lovely 3 seconds were worth it. But, you know. Just a riot, I tell you. Just a riot. Oh, goodness. Anyway, we move on. What do we got? What are we in? 6th round? It's 175. Yeah, we're in the 6th round. We've taken all goalies, man. But yeah, in terms of like changing the draft class quality, man, nah. Like it's just not going to do anything. We'd still be in the same spot, except the other AI teams would have even higher overalls, you know? So, it really wouldn't help us out all that much, in my opinion. We already have a sick team, we just haven't made the playoffs because we have the limitation of only being able to draft certain guys. And those limited player types, and trying to find a coach that can fit that theme, is turning out to be a goddamn nightmare. Like, that has been the more difficult challenge, is finding a coach who might actually be able to make things work on this team. No guarantees on any of these goalies. What about for skaters? Who do we have here? Stajan and Foy have at least decent stats. Or we just go for Marcel, Vanier, Vanier, whatever the hell. Flippy Barreau. I was hoping to see one of these two guys actually be better than advertised, and unfortunately they're not. They're both kind of shit. Cool, let's go 7 for 7 with goalies then. Why the hell not? 902 for Graps. Let's do it. Graps, come on down. Medium starter goalie, the German, in the 6th round. And then in the 7th, I don't think I had any other goalies left pinned. I do not. Cool. Pojar would be the guy to risk it on. This dude has a potential 1-year ETA. 20 years old, 6'4". Even if you're like a 72 backup, I'm taking this guy. 72 medium backup, I'll take it. He is absolutely ready to be our NHL backup immediately. I am perfectly fine with that, especially in the 7th round. So we just had a nice little draft where we went 7 for 7, taking goaltenders out of pure desperation. That maybe, just maybe, one of those guys, as half of our, if not all of our coaching staff, is going to be ridiculously difficult to bring back. I still think, in terms of the settings, I kind of don't want to change it, but I just want to see what happens. If the scoring's set to low, but the shot frequency's set to high, what type of save percentages are we seeing? Are goalies going to be putting up 930s consistently, or can we at least get, like, hey, a couple of 920s, not, hey, this guy won the Vezina with a 915. That's our hope. And in terms of this team and having to re-sign, I mean, certainly we have options in goal now, which is nice. We're going to bring back Winkler and Peters on one-year deals. We're going to see what happens. Bonet is going to be signed. Probably have Listen there as well. And then maybe, just maybe, one of these goalies can actually develop. I mean, dude, we've had high... Again, Winkler was the 9th overall pick, high elite. He has an .899 career save percentage. So it's either, and he was everyone's pick to be our guy, it's either the change to low scoring, high shots, he starts to get the job done, or we did the right thing by drafting a shitload of goalies. Like, that's what we're looking at. Defensively, again, McCutcheon's there. There's going to be some changes, though. Lilya's good to go. Dansk has to be re-signed. We made a mistake scratching him for the sake of chemistry. Zagrapin could be signed if we needed him. Like, there are going to be some changes there, for sure. But again, we're going to sign Bonet pretty much right out of the gates. Leeson will sign you as well for the season, and we'll leave it at that with our 4 goalies. I am going to have to hand those guys some money. Peters actually shouldn't be looking for that much, and he's not. So he should sign that. And then Winkler's not looking for that much anymore either. We'll just try to get him to that. McCutcheon. I'd prefer to not hand you that much money, if I'm being honest. Alexandrov needs to be signed. ELC for Lilya. See if we can bring back Dansk as well. Probably won't be able to knock off that much money. Karonen and Pajot were guys that just never developed. We do need to sign Saprikin to his ELC. And then there's just a whole lot of nothing towards the bottom. Forward-wise. And Ekman's going to be looking for all of the money after that. Joe Byers' deal is up. He is also going to be looking for all of the money. Carlton's going to want to get paid after a season like that. Geisberger, who has finally turned into a decent option. Let's see if we can keep you around for the moment. I don't know about Valentanko, Janik, Koltsov. Keep Boyce around. He still might be able to develop into something. Louis doesn't really matter. Peterson, Lacosta, Flaherty sucks. Duda sucks. Let's just sim forward a day here then. For the most part, everybody accepted. So goaltending wise, we are set with our 4. We'll see what happens from there. Bonet and Leeson could be the NHL tandem towards the end of next year. Realistically. Like, if these guys can't get it done, they're gone. Like, I'm just not going to pay goaltenders. And then defensively, again, we still have to figure this out. We have 35 million in space right now, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, we don't really even have space for anybody else. Afinoganov, 6th rounder in 2031. You are never going to make it at a low 7th. We're going to cut you. O'Reilly, 5th rounder in 2031. I mean, he's a medium 7th. He's never going to make it. Theriault, correct. The version of FIFA we want is not this one. It is this one. Granted, if you have this one, I can play on that one, but this is the one that has my leveled up character. So, alright, let's get rid of O'Reilly. Right to the low 4. Again, it's one of the worst potentials in the game. 3rd round pick. That 2031 draft is brutal. Let's go ahead and get rid of Wrights. No reason to sign him. Skilly is improving, but not improving enough. 3rd round pick in 2037. Yes, Piney, there are different versions of FIFA. And the year is, there's no crossover for pro clubs. So yeah, it's either you play pro clubs on one version or the other. There is crossover for Ultimate Team, of course. 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to bring back Alexandrov. if we can, just to have options defensively. Aside from that, Conan just never worked out, man. 4th rounder in 2026, I should say. But again, low top 4. Just didn't make it. We're going to cut him. And Pajot, pretty damn disappointing. Pajot is going to be dropped as well. He's just never going to develop. Why hold him? You know, why hold on to him? That brings us to the forwards, where again we do have some big names to sort out still. I want to wait to see how much money we have to work with. Actually, let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1, 2. A real shortage of AHL options, which I don't really care. Gail Duda, 7th rounder in 2031. No reason to sign you. Get out. And Flaherty as well, 4th rounder in 2031. No reason to sign you on that potential. Get out. So from there, for the hell of it, I'm going to let go of Davis Lacosta. Just a random free agent signing to fill out the roster. We'll bring back Peterson for another year. Bring back Yanni Louie for another year. Just hold on to these guys to boost up the AHL team. Same for Nerminen. Bring back Koltsov. Pretty much bring back all these guys. 1-year deals. Keep that AHL roster boosted. That's about the only level of success we're going to find is in the AHL, I fear. See, as far as I can tell, nobody rejected. So goalies were good. Defense were good. Just comes down to the forwards. We have $32 million to sign Ekman Bayer and Carlton. And again, we are going to go for the 1-year options to try and keep these deals a little bit cheaper in the long term. We'll take that 1-year strategy, because obviously I don't want to pay Ekman nearly $13 million. And all 3 signed. So $3 million left in cap space. Thank God we got rid of the overpriced goaltending. The team is set up for next season. When it comes to the coaching staff, I know the thought is, hey, you don't want to lose these guys, do you? I genuinely don't care. Even if it hurts the staff chemistry from letting go of people, we know that they don't work. And in scouts, we can just re-sign. So we will see who is out there in terms of the coaching staff, because as always, that's how it goes. Danny, enjoy your midnight start for an outdoor game at Lake Tahoe. Didn't mean to check free agent forwards or skaters, of course. We want staff members. Please, God, let this coach be the one. Have we found the one? 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh my God, have we found the one? Maybe, maybe not. Balanced onto the fence pairs. I don't think that's going to work. He likes his forwards to block, though. Please, please. Dallas, you fuck off. Dallas, you fuck off. This guy might be the one. He might not be perfect. He might be a little bit too much trouble with the defense. But even to just get this guy on the coaching staff, he might be able to influence someone like Claude Giroux to be a better head coach. That's what we're hoping for. Ooh. Okay. By the way, Terry, if you're here, just let me know when we're playing, Doug. Come on. Come on. I need to at least know before we call it quits for NHL 21 tonight. Is this going to happen? You might not be perfect with the defense, but even if it's even ratings with the defense, it would be very, very good for us. Excited about the Nico Hischier captaincy, as you should be. I'm surprised. Maybe just speaks that, you know, something like Palmieri isn't in the long-term plans. And at that point, it's like, well, it's like him or Severson would probably go for Nico. All right. We've had win here before. Christensen, what about Cook? Philip Cook. Okay, maybe. That's a maybe. All the money for Philip Cook here. All the money. Because, of course, there's no quick way to hire coaches. Because EA hates me. Okay, there we go. Didn't take that long. Lawrence is also new. Don. Good old Don. Don might possibly, maybe, probably not work either. Let's go for AHL assistants. So we're going for some of the higher rated coaches here. Just to see if this works. Just to see if this works. It might not. I don't know. But at least we have some options out here where it's like, hey, it's worth signing these dudes and just try it. Now, we don't even know if they're going to sign here. We kind of hope and pray. We had Holland before. And there's a lot of B-rated coaches, including Sasha Barkov, who unfortunately doesn't like his defense to pinch. So what we need here is there's someone who likes their defense to pinch. Ritu we've had before. We know he doesn't work. He's too bad with the forwards. Alright, so nobody else there is going to work. Really quickly, we go to the scouts and just send out a shitload of offers to all the A-rated scouts. A or A-, which should be just fine. Including a lot who we had on this roster before. Barkov was a 71 fit. He'll be good with the forwards, but he's not going to be good with the defense. That's the issue. You can pretty much tell he's not going to be good with the defense. I could go back and send him an offer. It just seems unlikely that he'll be good with the defense, but hey. Let's go back really quickly then. Because obviously right now it's not showing the entirety of the team. I mean, Holland has a 71 fit, but I mean, it's showing 2-3 defensemen. And we had Ahmad Holland on the roster last year. That's kind of how we knew. Like Smithson, we had him on the roster before too, so a 71 fit's deceiving. Brett Lopp we've actually never had on the roster or on the coaching staff, so he might work. Honestly, for shits and gigs, let's see if we can get Sasha Barkov here, and why not? We'll try it out. Of course, it could pay off here ultimately, because every single coach that we're in for right now has interest from other teams. So much like the playoffs, we might just miss out right here at the end. Let's find out. Gosselin signed. Thank you, God. Even if he's not a perfect fit, we have an A+ coach. And then we get a shitload of scout responses. Philip Cook also signed. That's 2 for 2. Lawrence went to Ottawa instead. And then we just need to wait to hear from Barkov. We might go 3 for 4. We go 3 for 4 in terms of coaches that we identified as worth targeting. I haven't heard yet from the FIFA crew when we're switching, so we might be able to get a look here at what this team is right here and right now. We might just be able to find out. And again, we'll see. I don't really like messing around with settings. We normally just leave everything on medium, but man, it would be nice to actually have good goalies play like good goalies, or at least have some goalies play well, you know? Alright. Really quickly, in terms of contracts, worst case scenario, we could sign Zagrapin. He is NHL caliber. We'll probably leave him unsigned. So the goalies to start the season will be Winkler and Peters, no doubt. I mean, this is Winkler's last chance. Johnson, Ebbett, McCutcheon, Kasparaitis, Lilia, Alexandrov, Dansk. So Sopel, Abdelkader. I mean, then between like Kasparaitis and Alexandrov, I'm not really sure. McCutcheon wasn't great last year. Kasparaitis didn't play at the NHL level. It was Alexandrov who struggled. So if we send those 3 down, of course, Terry, now you're good to go. Is everyone else ready to go, or do I have a few seconds? Sandroff, Applicator, Sopel. So in theory, these are the guys that I'd want to be our top 6. Just because Alexandrov's gotten plenty of chances, Applicator wasn't quite ready yet, and Sopel has never really made it. And then forward-wise, we have our 10, 11, and 12 with Malkin. Talixon made the roster. Valentenko's NHL caliber. Boyce is like right there. We actually have a lot of people who could make it. Let's just say Yannick and Valentenko because they're depth in 4th line. And then the top options at the AHL level look sick. Terry, I know you're lying. Let's check this really quickly. If we go best lines, and we go to this coach. We demote Claude Giroux for the moment. We go to Gosselin. 60% scheme fit. He looks like he's going to be absolutely atrocious with the defense. Absolutely atrocious. The forwards look like they're going to be on point. The defense is where the struggles could be. So this guy's not going to work. Will Claude Giroux stay as the head coach of this team? Maybe, just maybe. Could it be Gosselin? Probably not. Will it be Cook? Will it be Sasha Parkov? I guess we'll find out next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. We missed the playoffs by a fucking point tonight.